An airport has just two parts, an airfield and a terminal, and its most critical asset is the runway. Most airports have two or more runways, as an airport with only one runway faces much higher risk, as an emergency landing or failure of the lighting can completely stop the flow of planes and passengers through the airport, causing delays. At a busy airport like the Nnamdi Azikiwe International in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, as many as 2.6 million people moved through in the first quarter of 2016, and no passenger plane would arrive or depart without its critical infrastructure called the runway. On the program, we examine the ongoing rehabilitation and proposed reopening of the Abuja airport on April 19, 2017. Welcome to Aviation This Week on Channels Television. I'm Bukola Joe Oketumbi.
A typical airport is divided into landside and airside. The landside includes parking lots, public transport stations, and access roads. The airside includes all areas accessible to aircraft, including runways, taxiways, and apron or ramps. The passage between landside and airside is tightly controlled at all airports. To access the airside, one must go through security. According to the International Civil Aviation Organization (ICAO), a runway is a defined rectangular area on a land aerodrome prepared for the landing and takeoff of aircraft. Runways may be a man-made surface, often asphalt or concrete, or a mixture of both, or a natural surface which includes grass, gravel, or ice. The runway is often being described as the most valuable asset of an airport. The Abuja runway, with a total length of 3.6 kilometers, has been temporarily closed for repairs. The helmsman at the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria explains the kind of work being done.
We have to remove all the layers that have failed up to the sub-base. The sub-base is the laterite that you find right at the bottom. We have to remove and then rebuild it up and then put a sub-base, put the asphaltic concrete, the layers of the asphaltic concrete, and then finish it up, and then do the markings, and then replace all the installations that we have removed during this process. So it's not a resurfacing. This is completely different from resurfacing. Resurfacing is just maybe one or two layers that you need to remove. That's the asphaltic concrete where it is damaged, and then you put a new asphalt there, and then you do the markings, and then you relay your cables for the airfield lighting system. This is completely different. It's a lot of work that has to be done. You have to go to
34 years after the runway was initially constructed, the rehabilitation is coming at a huge cost, but safety is never expensive.
Normally, if you are to do this on a greenfield, it will take you at least 2 years. But since it is not a greenfield, you have to do that within 6 months, and we need to close it. It's about 5 billion, and that's the cost. I can't say the exact figure, but it's about 5 billion. What they were talking about, the first instance, they gave us a list of about 300 people. That's the first batch. And you know, as the scope of work increases, different gangs of workers will be coming in. But the first group is 300. And then I'm sure the next group like that, it will follow, and they'll be in their thousands.
While work is ongoing in Abuja, The Kaduna International Airport remains the alternate airport with road and rail links to the Federal Capital Territory.
The Minister of State for Aviation, Hadi Sirika, explains why the Abuja reopening will be as scheduled, else he will resign his appointment. He was speaking at a recent forum in Lagos.
We spoke to NIMET. They gave us the rain pattern, when it will start, when it will stop, and the intensity. And we said, well, we have to start. We must start in February. Unfortunately, the logistics, the putting together, the politics of it, they know Hadi is crazy, government is not thinking well, the Senate, the House of Reps, everybody, the stakeholders, and everybody who thought he could actually, because you can't perform that you're going to shut down that important runway. Something must be very important. And I said to people that it's either that runway, there must be that particular reason that makes it so paramount to shut it down. And I was more than convinced that it is the only way. And I left the rest to experts. What happens if you don't beat the deadline 6 weeks? I say I will resign. Yes, I will. Because when I muted the idea, nobody believed me. My luck is a few of my colleagues and the president believe that I cannot be that stupid to take this harsh, deep, huge decision on behalf